Hello and welcome to Elevated, the elevator speech game show for business owners. I'm John Fullerton with Transworld Business Advisors. I help you sell your business. And we're going to have a great show here where we're going to share with owners of businesses and learn from them more about their businesses. They're going to tell us a little bit about their business, and we're going to give them some kind critiques back and help them to improve their elevator speech, a 60-second or less speech that they'll give in order to tell people what's most important about their business. Elevated is a friendly competition, so we're working with local entrepreneurs, and we're going to practice one of the most important communication tools in the business, the elevator speech. Along the way, our judge will provide insight and learning and some feedback so that the viewers at home can also learn from this. So now it's my pleasure to introduce the host of our show, Christopher German.
Thank you, John. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Elevated. This program is about helping business owners communicate clearly and effectively. Every episode features local entrepreneurs who will answer 4 questions that every business owner should be able to answer with confidence. You'll have no more than 60 seconds to answer each question, which are all worth 10 points each. At 40 seconds, you'll hear the elevator's warm and delightful, but at 60 seconds, the fire alarm will go off and you'll lose all points for that question. Those questions are, first, describe what inspired you to start and how you got into the level you are in your business. Second, what is your mission statement? Third, what is your branding statement? And fourth, in 60 seconds or less, what is your elevator speech? Our judge will evaluate clarity, confidence, and how effectively the business owner communicates their value. Let me introduce our judge for today. Please welcome Samantha Neiman of Hillside Solutions.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. You excited to?
Yes, absolutely. I always love supporting small businesses, and I'm excited to see your pitches. Hear your pitches.
There we go. Well, fantastic.
Yeah,
Thanks for being here with us today.
Of course.
Now, let's meet our contestants. Our first contestant tonight is Katie Herbert, owner of My Old Friend Transportation. Katie provides transportation services for elderly individuals who may not have easy access to safe or reliable transportation. Katie, thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Our second contestant tonight is another local business owner who will also be answering the same 4 questions. Jim Sledge of Premier Compounding. Welcome, Jim.
Thank you, Christopher. Happy to be here.
Fantastic, thank you. Each contestant will have the opportunity to share their story and present their elevator speech. Let us begin. Contestants, here is our first question. Describe what inspired you to begin your business and tell us a little about your journey. Katie, let's start with you.
Okay. Well, Christopher, after 31 years as an educator, I knew that whatever I was going to do in my second act, it needed to be community-based. So a couple years ago, my mom had some vision issues, and while my brother and I were working full-time, we really struggled to get her to all of her appointments. So I knew firsthand that transportation was an issue, but I also knew firsthand that when you're talking about helping the senior population, there's certain considerations that kind of need to be in place. So what I did is, I'm not Uber, I'm not Lyft. I built my business model very differently and basically had my mom in mind. I thought about how I would want her to be treated, and then there's the idea for My Old Friend.
Perfect, fantastic, that is beautiful. Thank you. Jim, how about you?
Yeah, so I have been a pharmacist for 28 years, 25 of those in retail pharmacy. It was great for the first 20, and then it started to struggle a little bit. They cut a lot of hours. The places I worked at cut a lot of hours, added more with less help, and I thought there had to be a better way. My wife strongly encouraged me to look into compounding, and she's had some compounds that have helped her, and I spoke with a few prescribers in town that said it's a definite need. So I went back, did some training and started this business about a year and a half ago. And I have been happier in the last 18 months than I have been in the first 25 years. So
That is beautiful.
yeah, thank
Awesome.
you.
Well, let's hear it from each one of you. We'll start with Katie again. Katie, what is your mission statement?
My mission statement is I want to empower seniors to be independent and stay connected to their community. And in order to do that, you need to have safe, reliable, and affordable transportation.
Absolutely. Jim, what is your mission statement?
Premier quality and personal care. At Premier Compounding Pharmacy, you're a neighbor, not a number. We strive to help as many people as possible in our compounding setting.
Awesome. Well, Jim, we'll start back with you again.
Yeah.
What is your branding statement?
Premier Compounding Pharmacy, we are here to help you help yourself.
And Katie, what is your branding statement?
My Old Friend is more than just a transportation service. We are connectors to the community, we're companions, and we're just out there making some new friends.
It's time for the elevator speeches. Katie, in less than 60 seconds, give us your elevator speech.
I'm Katie Herbert with My Old Friend Transportation. We're a senior citizen rideshare company. We're looking for seniors who no longer drive and need to get out of the house for any reason, whether it's a medical appointment, a trip to the grocery store, or fun errands around town. We're here to lend a hand.
Jim, in less than 60 seconds, give us your elevator speech.
Hello, I'm Jim from Premier Compounding Pharmacy, where we help you help yourself. Whether it's a custom medication that needs to be made or an ingredient that you can't have, we can help you help yourself.
Now, let's hear it from our judges.
Hey.
Hey.
Well, Samantha, what did you think of, first of all, Katie's inspiration?
Katie, I knew exactly what problem that you were solving within the community from the moment that you were starting to talk, because you led with a heartfelt message about your mom.
Yeah, that's awesome. I agree. Katie, I think that you have a fantastic business idea, and it helps people. It's more than just about money. It's really something that helps the community and helps veterans and helps people who are in need and are retired and things like that. So I really am also inspired by what you've done.
Thank you.
And so what did you think about Jim's?
Jim, I'd like to hear a little bit more about your why behind the project. I can feel your passion behind it, but I haven't heard too much of your why you've started it.
You know, Jim, I understand too, but I have a little bit more insight than you do because
yeah.
I see you every week at our Bellevue Chamber of Commerce. And so I know a little bit more. And so I think you just need to work on the delivery of that because, of course, you know, I know your personal story and about how you wanted to become an entrepreneur and being able to get out of corporate and pharmaceutical life. But then, you know, I know that there's also something much more than that because there is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of rules in the pharmacy industry and that stifle innovation and sometimes prohibit people from getting the kind of quality care that they really deserve and should be able to get. So being able to have a different kind of business where you're able to compound and create specific things that can benefit people and help improve their health, I think that's a fantastic vision that you've developed and that you've developed really a great inspirational story. And I think that we can help you to be able to deliver that story a little bit better.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
that.
Well, Samantha, so how about regarding Katie and her mission statement?
I loved your mission statement. I really liked that you took it past, you went one ahead of that, just past transportation. You went as far as saying that you're making connections for these seniors. And I also love the name of your business, by the way. And then like helping them make new friends, because I think that we can all agree that we're in a lonely epidemic right now, whether you're, you know, 34 and single, newly, or if you're, a senior of older age, there's just this need for community and belonging. And I feel like you fill a really big gap there for a lot of people. So I loved it.
Social isolation,
isolation
is a problem for many ages.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yes. And I felt that you really connecting people there.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, Sam. Katie, I feel like you've made a lot of progress since I first met you in terms of really developing a better, more sound business plan, because it is a difficult thing to be able to make it into a successful business. And you've seen a lot of challenges in being able to do that. So what I'd invite you to do and encourage you to do is to really maybe bring in an outside facilitator in order to do a formal strategic planning session with not only yourself, but also your family, and then also be thinking about other team members that you can bring into your business so that you can scale your business and grow it in a way that it can be much more valuable, not only to the world and to you, but really to the customers that you serve, because I think that you've got a vision that maybe could be expanded potentially nationwide. And it should be something that, it takes some kind of, you got to move away from it being just your job, which you enjoy and you love, but turning it from a practice into a business.
Can I offer advice?
Sure.
Awesome. So something that's not really seen on content like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels, stuff like that, is like that age range of content creation from senior care and then making it playful. I am just learning about your business today just because of the show, but it would be awesome to see you more active online and like hitting all the networking circles with that like playful, we've been having some fun, playful banter, so I know it's there. Just like including the seniors in that playful banter would you'd go viral without a chance. So I think that would be awesome. Right? Yeah.
I appreciate the invite.
Of course.
Fantastic, Sam.
Yeah.
So next, what would you like to say about Jim and his mission?
I love that you said that not all medication is, dosed for each individual, right? If everything's customizable. I would love to hear a little bit more about how you do that, like the process of it. And I'm sure, just knowing him in general, kind of a little bit about it. But just like explaining that a little further would be super helpful in your mission statement, how you get to the point to point.
You want me to explain it now? I'm sorry.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
when a prescription comes across, it is dosed specifically for that person. Now there are things that we do that are kind of some standard medications, but for example, I had one today that was a unique strength of a specific medicine for this particular person. So we go into the lab. First of all, we do all the calculations, make sure everything's proper, frontward and backward, so there's no mistakes. And then we get in the lab and we weigh everything out and we mix it according to the recipe for that specific person. So it's not like we can make things in batches and have it sit on the shelf for 2, 3, 4 years with an expiration date.
Yeah.
Most everything expires within anywhere between 30 days and 180 days, depending on what it is. So it's very tailored to the specific need to a particular patient.
That makes sense. And is it all I'm thinking like Wellbutrin, Adderall, like all of those things, or is it more organic, holistic?
Oh, no. No, good point. So those are all retail type things. So anything that's retail, you can purchase from a drug company or a drug warehouse that houses all the medications. What I do is I purchase powders from a pharmaceutical compounding resource company, and based off of the strength that they need and the type of allergies that they may have determines how much of that powder goes in and what filler goes in. So for example, magnesium glycinate is a filler that we use because it is very beneficial for people's health and their sleep and whatnot. Some people are already on magnesium glycinate, so we switch it to turmeric, which is an anti-inflammatory, if they need something like that. Or we can switch it to a third option if they have an allergy to one of those two things. So That's what I mean by customizable and specific for the patient.
Very cool. Yeah, thanks for explaining that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Well, Jim, yeah, I think that you've got really a fantastic mission in mind, but it's still stuck in your mind.
Yeah.
And so now you have to turn it into systems. You have to turn it into something that's scalable, something that I know you're very scientific in your approaches, so I know you're going to document a lot of things, but you need to document them in a way that you can train anybody to do it, so that anybody can be able to follow the same kind of model that you do and be successful without hurting anybody, and also being able to provide the maximum benefit. But furthermore, really having a written strategic plan where you have an overarching vision of what that is, and arriving then upon your mission statement. And you're describing exactly what it is you're trying to achieve and who it is for and why. And then, but furthermore, then that leads to policies, procedures, documentation, training, and you've got a lot to look forward to.
Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate it.
Very good. Well, so our next thing is the branding statement. There's actually a formula that is often used in order to develop a branding statement. So when you're making a branding statement, so for instance, my branding statement is, I help business owners to achieve their dreams by helping them to sell their business and retire with respect for the highest possible price. So basically something like that. So it comes down to, I help, who is it, do what so that they can what, right? So that's kind of the basic formula for a branding statement. And so when you keep that in mind, I hope that maybe you guys Googled this, and anybody who ever wants to be on the show in the future, maybe check with ChatGPT, but of course, edit it, because ChatGPT does not always do the best thing. So, or other kinds of AI, or just talk to people, or look at it on the internet, Google things and find out, you know, what is a branding statement and how do I deliver that? It's a very simple statement. It's a very clear type of, maybe better delivered than I just did, but a very simpler type of description of what it is, who you benefit, and why, and what's it all about. So it's a very simple statement, very concise.
Can they say them again?
Yeah, would you, now given that, would you like to try again, Katie? I help blank people to achieve blank by doing blank. There's your formula, basically.
Okay.
So would you like to try to give us a branding statement kind of like that?
I think I can do that. I'm Katie Herbert with My Old Friend Transportation. I help seniors become independent and stay connected to their community through safe, reliable, and affordable transportation.
That's it.
Good. Very good.
She said, I don't know.
I don't know.
Swerve.
There we go.
Okay, so Jim, go ahead.
I was going to say, was mine, does mine tick those boxes here to help you help yourself?
Kind of. It's kind of a little vague.
Okay.
Can you get a little bit more specific? How do you help themselves?
I think you should put the personalized, because like when you were explaining it to her about every prescription is different for everyone. So something about the personalized part of it, I think you need to include it there.
But yeah, basically it comes down to, I help blank to do blank by doing blank.
I help patients feel better with customized medications.
That works.
Okay.
No need to ask Chat Daddy.
I'm so stuck on the other one. It's just, that's been with me for, I think my wife came up with that, and that's just been in my head.
It's
Well,
I think it's a
Wives
really
get
good
in your
one.
head that way sometimes.
I think it's a really good one, but like John mentioned, it's giving that aspect of helping how.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Is what
That's
was
what- yeah,
kind
that's
of
what I was missing.
What was missing. Since us in the networking group, we knew you.
Yeah.
And so for us, it made sense when
Right.
you would say that. But I think saying it to a stranger, they'd be like,
How?
so you
Yeah.
go, we're gonna go work out together? I need help with that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably because I don't know you, so I'm pulling a little bit more information out of you.
No, and I appreciate that.
like I help patients achieve better health through customized medication made specifically for their needs.
Yeah.
Or you're like, right, you're on the tip of it. You just need to play with it a little bit more.
Okay.
So yeah, you're doing awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thanks, Sam.
Sure.
All right. Well, so the big kahuna, the elevator speech.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Katie's elevator speech?
I love Katie's elevator speech. I think that it's precise. It's there's heart in it, and she delivers it very well. I know exactly what she's doing and why she's doing it.
Very good.
Yeah.
I agree. You know, Katie, you know, you get to say this every week in our networking group, and so it's always a good practice, and now you'll be able to even hone it in a little bit further, I think. But, you know, sometimes you want to maybe give a little bit more, because you got a full 60 seconds. You both used actually a lot less than that.
Yeah.
And so, you know, when you're in a networking group, sometimes you might have an ask. You might say, okay, I'm looking for a certain type of person or a certain type of customer. Or you might talk about something that's really new and trendy for your industry or for your business right now. So you've got a 60 seconds, you know, or it's something that really inspires people to do business with you or to refer people to you, because that's a lot what we do when we're networking, right?
I'll add on that. I have no idea how to get in touch with you, or if you actually do, you described your service as kind of like the Uber app. Do you have an app that I can like call and help my grandma get to the grocery store? Like, how does that all work? Might be really beneficial to put in there as well.
There is a website that you can contact me through. And so whether it's you or your grandma looking for me, you can just click a button. You don't have to remember the email, but you can send a message that way, or it's just a phone call. There's no apps and booking online. You just give me a call.
Cool. That works.
All right. Well, very good. Well, Jim, also, what do you think of Jim's elevator speech?
I'll let you go first.
Okay. Well, Jim, yeah, so it's okay. You know, it's we all struggle with this. It's something that we all have to get comfortable with and find kind of our groove, so to speak, right? And be able to deliver it smoothly, but not have to worry so much about not saying it quite just right. It's okay. It's okay that we make some mistakes. That's what endears people to us, and that's why we love you. You know, so, yeah, then I think that you'd be able to add a little bit to your elevator speech in order to fill people in. Now, it's what I feel is kind of detracting from yours is sometimes it gets a little too technical, but I like that because in a way, how are people going to understand? So focus on the outcomes, right? Because the elements and the chemicals and the formulations goes over a lot of people's heads. But if you can describe to them what their symptoms were, you know, maybe this is a great thing to have in your elevator speech. You know, just tell a story, because stories sell. So if you can tell a story about somebody who came to you, and then what was their problem, and then how you helped them, and what was the outcome, that probably is going to be the most powerful type of elevator speech that you can deliver.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I agree. You clearly know your industry, and you obviously care about your patients that are coming to see you, right? And putting the customized medication and their needs first is definitely at your forefront. That message is very clear. I think that the identity gap, I'm just reading my notes here on, you know, explaining why it matters to the general public or to, you know, me, or like giving an elevator speech to somebody at a networking event would really be beneficial to nail it down. Maybe pick 2 or 3. You know, everybody's got different target markets, you know, whether it's a athlete in the, you know, their CrossFit gym and they're seeking a type of medication to help them lift stronger, or maybe it's an elderly patient. Having those kind of like avatars already built out, maybe a notes app, and just having those like bullet points of like their elevator speeches, but they're customized to those different individuals would really help you.
Okay.
So that might just be creating characters in your head. You know, Brenda, 95, she needs some magnesium. These are why.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Christopher, I'd like to kick it back to you because we're going to confer.
All right.
And we're going to select our first and second prize winners.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
So take it away.
That brings us to the end of another episode of Elevated. Tonight, we heard how two business owners communicate the story, purpose, and value behind their companies. Clear messaging is not just marketing, it is leadership. When business owners can clearly explain what they do and why it matters, they create opportunities for growth, partnerships, and community impact. Now, let's hear from our judges on who the winners are tonight.
All right. Well, congratulations, Jim. You are our second prize winner.
Thank you.
And you've won swag, branded cups and mugs from Centersphere and Transworld, as well as a scented fragrance from Evodia Fragrances.
Thank you.
And Katie, congratulations. You are our first prize winner.
Woo! Yay!
So, well, Katie, you get this wonderful glassware in addition to the branded swag and also a sensual experience with Evodia Fragrances.
Yay!
And you also get a broker opinion of value, a $2,500 value. I'd be happy to provide that for you so you can know exactly what your business is worth today.
And thank you to our contestants for sharing your story, your mission, and your passion. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. For the business owners watching at home, here is a simple challenge. Ask yourself the same 4 questions you heard tonight. Can you answer them clearly? Can you explain your value in 60 seconds? If you can, your message is clear. If not, keep refining your story. On behalf of John Fullerton with Transworld Business Advisors, Samantha Neiman, our judge for today with Hillside Solutions, our sponsors, Centersphere Networking Group, Transworld Business Advisors, Evodia Fragrances, and our contestants, Katie Herbert with My Old Friend Transportation, and Jim Sledge with Premier Compounding. Thank you all for being here tonight. Of course. Until next time, keep refining your message, keep telling your story, and keep your business elevated.